Your thoughts?
What? What? Who? Nice.
Good morning. Happy Monday. It is the 16th day of September. Man, we are already halfway through the month. CJ Nasello, it's our daily show on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. Thank you to all of you that watch this show. We keep growing and growing and just love it. You know, love that authenticity of the local community and just great to have it here. We got a good one for you today. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking to John and Riley with the Dumbwaiter, a great show that's coming down the pipeline with Bankside Repertory Theater. This takes place October the 2nd, and we're going to be joined by them in just a couple of minutes. But let's dive right into news here, and let's see what's happening around the River Bend. But before we do that, hold on. How great was the soccer game cover? I'm proud of us. I thought that was really cool. You know, I thought it was great that we had Ryan and Charlie there, and man, Alton and Marquette played hard and had some really cool pregame interviews. We had some drone coverage. We had the full kit and caboodle for this. It was really cool, and thank you for tuning into the show and that coverage of the broadcast. So many of you weighing in. At 9:03, here's what's happening around the River Bend. Make sure you sign up for that daily email update and join myself and, 70,000 people that are in the know each and every day of the work week and on Saturdays with Around the River Bend. We'll take you to Edwardsville first. This happened on Friday. Near noontime on September the 13th, Friday, a massive fire engulfed the Devon Court apartment complex in Edwardsville. Here's what we know. This led to a partial roof collapse and the deployment of multiple firefighting units. Heavy flames were visible shooting through the roof of the building, which houses an estimated 6 apartments. The entire roof eventually collapsed, prompting firefighters to temporarily evacuate the interior for their safety. The fire reportedly started on the second floor and spread to the attic. Several occupants were displaced, but no injuries were reported. The cause of the fire currently under investigation, with multiple agencies assisting at the scene. Also in the news this Monday morning, in an action-packed weekend of high school football, Roxana triumphed over Civic Memorial with a score of 15-12, while Marion narrowly edged out Mount Vernon 37-34. Althoff Catholic dominated Belleville East 49-21. Nashville shut out Westland 42-0. Columbia secured a close win against Taylorville 35-27. Other notable victories include Cahokia's overwhelming 76-0 win over Granite City, while in Belleville West shut out against St. Louis Normandy 55-0. In the South Central Conference, Vandalia defeated Carlinville 42-8, and Greenville beat Gillespie 43-0. And the weekend concluded with exciting matches scheduled for Saturday, including East St. Louis facing Philadelphia Emphovet Charter School, and we'll have more for you whenever the 10 o'clock news rolls around on that game. But really, just a lot of teams competing this weekend, and RiverBender.com/sports has the complete in-depth analysis. Classes were canceled last Friday the 13th at Jackson High School in Missouri. Consequently, the scheduled home game against Edwardsville was moved to 6 p.m. on Saturday, and here's what we know about this. Jackson R2 School District announced the cancellation on Facebook, citing an investigation into a possible threat. All home sporting events for Friday and Saturday were canceled with no practices held on campus. The closure allowed law enforcement ample time to investigate the threat, ensuring the safety of the students and the staff. That was an update to the Edwardsville football game getting moved on Friday night. Also in the news, over 80 vendors and hundreds of community members turned out for Alton Pride's third annual festival from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. on Saturday, September the 14th. Community members celebrated the LGBTQ plus community with live music, vendors, food trucks, and more in downtown. Ann McCoy, a board member with Alton Pride, noted the festival has expanded since its first year in 2022. Performances included Porch Cafe, Ms. Goldie, Izzy Salhani, and several drag queens. Alton Mayor David Goins opened the festival with a welcoming speech. Alton Pride is seeking volunteers and donations to support their year-round events and their great community initiatives. For more information, you can visit RiverBender.com to support that wonderful group. Also in the news, a hardened man, Charles Joey Malecki, 42, is facing several charges after being arrested on 2 consecutive days by the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. The initial arrest occurred following a burglary complaint on May 22nd, leading to the discovery of methamphetamine and other controlled substances in his possession. Subsequently, a felony warrant for residential burglary was issued on August the 6th. The next day, Malecki was arrested again for a separate felony no-bond warrant from Pike County and additional drug charges. After turning himself in on the 28th of August, Malecki was granted pretrial release, and we'll keep you updated as more details do get announced. Also in the news today, the Major K Squad is investigating after a body was found in a Madison alleyway on Saturday morning. Here's the latest. The Madison Police Department received a call just before 9 a.m. reporting a body in an alleyway near the 1600th block of 5th Street. Upon arrival, police and the coroner determined that the man, identified as 37-year-old Lavelle Douglas of Madison, had died from a gunshot wound. The Major K Squad has assigned 16 investigators to this case. Authorities urge anyone with information to contact the Major K Squad at 618-709-7550 or Crime Stoppers 866-371-8477. Also in the news today, the National Great Rivers and Research and Education Center, NGREC, is encouraging community members to join the Illinois River Watch mentoring event this fall to help collect stream quality data across Illinois. These events, scheduled for September and October, aim to engage new volunteers with prior training to and support current volunteers in mastering monitoring methods. Participants will gather macroinvertebrae and evaluate stream habits to assess health. Open to all, regardless of experience, the event offers a hands-on way to learn about stream ecosystems. Local events include dates in St. Clair and Madison counties. Registration is required and spots are limited. You can visit ngrec.org/riverwatch for more details. At 9:09, let's take a look at our weather, shall we? It is going to be warm today. Did any of you think that Saturday got a little bit too hot? I mean, I thought it was going to be like mid-70s, early, low 80s, and we got smoked with some hot temperatures at Public School Stadium. Currently at 9:10, it's 73 degrees. It feels like 76 today, partly sunny and warm, and tonight, clear. Humidity sitting at 75% today. It's a little muggy. Air quality right now ranked at 49, which is good. Grass is coming in at 12, which is moderate. Mold is low, and ragweed is moderate as well at 30. Tree levels are low. And the UV index is high today, so if you're going outside, slap some sunscreen on. Temperatures will reach 88 degrees today. They will drop down to 58 overnight as we head into Tuesday. On Tuesday, partly sunny skies, a high of 90, a low of 54 degrees. On Wednesday, a high of 87, a low of 55. And on Thursday, a high of 90, a low of 61. On Friday, 90 degrees yet again, and a low of 64. Going to be a warmer week here in the 618. That's a look at the next 5 days, and here's what's happening now. At 9:11, it's 73 degrees. It feels like 76 for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back. Rehab, recover, and return home. Before we take a quick break and talk all things the dumb waiter, let me fill you in on First Mid-America Credit Union. Now paying 5% APY. You know, you need to set the course, right? Come on. Your summer's getting ready to be over now, but listen up. You can already set the course for a brilliant summer next year by opening up a more rewarding checking account today. You can paddle toward earning more and opening up a reward checking account right now by going to firstmidamerica.org. That's firstmidamerica.org. These high-interest reward checking accounts where you can earn high dividends on your high-interest reward checking account balance. Open your account online today, or you can go live with a representative through their Go Live video banking channel. With high-interest reward checking, there's no minimum balance to earn their highest rates, and they will refund your ATM fees. Now, here's the features and benefits. 5% APY on balances of up to $10,000. 0.25% APY on balances over $10,000. 0.01% APY if qualifications aren't met. Refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. No monthly maintenance fees. No minimum balance to earn rewards. Free online banking and bill pay. Free paperless e-statements. A free debit card. There you go. Now, all you have to do to qualify is have at least 12 debit card purchases post and settle, be enrolled in and agree to e-statements, and be enrolled and log into online banking. That's it. Get started. Open your account today by going to firstmidamerica.org. That's firstmidamerica.org. And don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. Hey, why don't we take a quick break? We'll come back with more of our daily show, but first, let's take a look at Clark Bridge. Looking for a fun free day out with the family? Head to the Mississippi Earth Tones Festival at the Alton Amphitheater Saturday, September 21st. From noon to 10, enjoy 100 booths with environmental education, interactive art experiences, and performances, along with great local food and beverages. Emerge in the art, food, vendors, and music, and be heard by celebrating our incredible river. It's free, it's fun, and it's happening Saturday, September 21st at the Alton Amphitheater.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit villagedispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Naselli on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show on this Monday morning. We got two actors in the studio. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
Good.
Nice.
Well, you know, this is really exciting. We got John O'Hagan and Riley Kapp in studio starting on October the 2nd, as you guys see on your lower third. The Dumb Waiter premieres, and this is a really great opportunity. It just sounds like a great night to really have just witness a wonderful production.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We're really excited to be doing this. This is the first live production that Bankside has done since the pandemic. We've done a couple of kind of radio drama type things through a podcast that we host, but this is Bankside's first live production since 2019.
2018,
well,
2019.
we did do a broadcast of 12 Dates of Christmas in the height of the pandemic, but this will be the first one where we bring performers and audience back into the space together again.
Well, let's touch on that. What does that mean for both of you? I mean, that's been almost like a lost, art form for you, right?
Yeah. It's tremendously exciting to bring that back to this area. We've got a lot of good work that's happening in St. Louis, but something as immediate in the Alton, Godfrey, Elsa area to have that kind of live component again is really, really exciting. And I can't, personally, I can't wait to be on the stage with this particular play at this particular time with the local community seeing and engaging in this work in ways. It's a tight 90-minute play, so it's not a huge investment in the evening, but it's really incredibly thought-provoking as well as entertaining. So I think anybody coming to see it is going to walk away with a lot to talk about, a lot to think about.
Well, and I'm excited for this because just from what we were talking about before we started, recording the interview, it seems like just a wonderful production. But on top of that, right now, man, I mean, guys, think about it. Life's crazy. We all need 90 minutes of escape, So to have any type of setting where you have 90 minutes to 2 hours of turning off all the electronics and just immersing yourself in a different world, I mean, that's the biggest call to action I could give anybody is go take that escape.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting, too, because while the piece has, I think, equal elements of comedy and drama, was the phrase that you just...
Comedy of menace.
Comedy of menace.
That's such an intriguing statement because it's like, at first that can be interpreted 3 or 4 ways, I'm sure, by the audience when they're going into this. Now, for both of you, did you have to discover what the production truly was and what it meant while you were in the middle of it, or did you have a great idea while you were preparing before rehearsal started?
Well, with Pinter especially, there's the playwright has he has such an energy, such a feel about what the work he's done. Betrayal, Homecoming, these other shows that have this feeling that just permeate all the way through them. And so this one, earlier in his work, it's different, it's shorter, but it still has those same elements of his brilliant writing all the way through. But as we said, there's funny things in it. It's tight. There's a lot of things that we've had to discover as we've been playing around that allow us to go like, oh, here's just this little tiny bit that we think could be really important.
Yeah.
What I really appreciated is that anybody who has kind of any alertness to Dumbwaiter or Harold Pinter knows that there seems to be a predominance of dark overtone to much of his work. And what I really appreciate is I think Riley and I came into the initial rehearsals with that kind of thought and weight behind us, but we also opened up to just what was happening in the space between the two of us. We had an experience early on. We were rehearsing just in our own normal American accents. It is a British play. And during one read, we thought, let's throw a bit of the British at it and see what happens. And by the end of that read, we were both like, we have to totally do the accent because the rhythms and everything changed. But also within the process of the work, we've made some discoveries, I think, in this production, the way that we're approaching the work, that I haven't seen reflected in any other production of The Dumbwaiter. I think we found a couple of moments that we've actually taken in slightly different directions than what most productions have done, and I think opens up greater opportunity for what the audience can get out of the play.
So before we dive in and I follow up with some things that I just took away from some of those conversations, for the audience that maybe is needing a little bit of a teaser trailer, what's the best way to do this? Because I always get nervous when I talk about a production because you never want to spoil anything. But if we could, is there a synopsis that we can kind of dive into a little bit to at least tease them and get them ready to come?
So we encounter at the beginning of the play 2 professional-looking individuals stuck in a basement, trapped in a basement with the expectation that something's going to happen. But nobody really knows what it is. So we are constantly kind of trying to anticipate and figure out what is this thing that's going to happen. So part of unraveling that riddle, that mystery, both for the characters and for the audience, is part of the fun. I won't say it's a murder mystery at all, but it's something that you constantly are kind of like, I think I know what's going. I think I know what's going on.
There are clues about what is going on throughout the show.
Gotcha.
And I was telling John that it would be really fun to have somebody come and see the show like opening, watch it all the way through, see something, and then come back the next night. And with all of the knowledge they gained from what happened that first one, come back and see what bits of information or what things were dropped in by the playwright throughout. They go, oh my gosh, that happened. What? I didn't even realize that was there.
So I wanted to talk about that because, we beforehand kind of went over the play a little bit in the production, but how important are the subtle moments of what you two were doing in those 90 minutes? Because to me, I feel like those subtle cues of maybe, tension building or, maybe the body, the posture of how you guys are talking or, the tenseness of it or just, some of the ways that the rhythm is in those conversations. Those subtle cues, I would think, mean more sometimes than maybe even some of the lines.
1,000%. 1,000%, CJ.
So 100% in that regard.
Yeah. Pinter, again, for theater goers and actors and playwrights, Pinter's, if he's famous for anything, he's famous for his silences within the structure of the play. And what is amazing is that while there's silence, there's so much that happens. And so much of what you glean about the nature of the relationship and what the events are, exactly what you just said. What are those subtle little things that are happening moment by moment by moment that you pick up on and follow through?
Well, and then following up on what Riley was touching on with getting a new, taking something new out of it the next time, I think that's where so much value is in this production because of those subtle silences, those silences, and you're coming in going, oh my God, yeah, this all makes sense now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in the beauty of live theater, and it's true even as we work, as we're in process, and I know how Riley works, he knows how I work, I guarantee you, it's not going to be the same thing every night.
Right.
We're gonna find different things every night that go, what the, okay, what? So, it is absolutely live.
That's that's what I think is so cool about that is that realness and that rawness to it too. Because I'm not one for sterilized productions. I don't want to go and see the same conveyor belt, which some people do, and that's awesome. I like that, but I like the realness to it,
Yeah, I mean, film has its place. Yeah. And it's the same thing every time. Live theater is unlike anything else in that, I talk to my students about this all the time, you really don't know when the bus is going to come through the back wall of the theater. So every night it's different. Point. It's very different because it can't be anything but.
And before we go any further into the production, Riley, take me through your background in performing a little bit for our audience.
Oh, sure. I went to school just right around here at Principia College, and I studied with John. So he's been a big professor, mentor. This relationship is just
box out of 10. How good is he?
Can I put 11 down there?
Good answer. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Because now I control your contract.
Just your grade. Make sure I check the right box. So it got a start here, which is why it's really cool to be able to come back.
Yeah.
And be able to perform in this community as well, and start come back all the way to where I started this whole journey. And then I took a little bit of time and I was working in St. Louis, just right across the river. And then I went to grad school for a couple of years down at the University of Houston.
Oh, wow.
So I was down there, worked with some great people, Jack Young, Adam Noble, Rosie Ward, Jim Johnson, that really gave me this great deep, rounded experience for performing and acting. And since then, I've kind of been all over the place, come back to St. Louis, and currently I'm living up in Chicago. So going and
living the dream.
Yeah. Go and get to experience the real, big city theater, big lights, overwhelming, all that stuff. And so getting to come back here and do something where it all really started for me is awesome. And
Well, that's really cool, man. Congratulations. And, John, what's it mean to be working with one of your students? I mean, that's cool.
It's fantastic, and it's one of those situations where...
Was it planned that way?
No. I mean, when the idea for me to do the dumbwaiter came up in thought for the first time, and I pitched it to Bankside, it was just like, it's a two-hander, so it'll be a little bit easier to produce.
Right.
And then I found out that Riley was still going to be in the general area. He was going to be in Chicago, and I was like, that's the perfect counterpoint to this, perfect balance point. So the opportunity to open it up was really a gift. And it's what's really gratifying for me, having Riley come back, having been a student of mine, isn't necessarily that I see what I taught him reflected in his work, but what he's gone on to learn and do and bring back. And I start to see the artist that he is rather than the student that he was. And it's a really joy to work in that same kind of space with the person.
I love that because, I do professional wrestling and all that in media, do a ton of stuff. Because I'm one of those people where if you can learn a lot about different subjects and go into different categories and become uncomfortable and be comfortable with it, you're going to be a hell of a lot better off, whether as a performer or anyone else, or any type of facet you're in. But to hear this is really cool because art's it seems like it's such a recycle industry because you can't just sit there and eliminate all that you've learned, and you can't just sit there and go, I'm not going to help anybody, I'm not going to talk to anybody. And it seems like you really help, grow the network of what your classes already are doing, and it's almost a walking billboard for the great work that's being achieved.
Absolutely it is. It's not only walking billboard for the program as a whole at Principia, but again, to have Riley come back, having had the experience that he's had both in grad school and his professional life, his early professional life, it is a testament to the students that we're currently working with that it's out there. It's out there if you want to. You can go and get it. There's no one formula for getting it, but if you want it, here's the testament. And Riley's one of several graduates that we have that are out in the world doing great work that we just keep pointing to. It's like, don't believe us, believe them, believe what you see there.
I don't normally do this, but I do want to follow up on that point because I think right now, Alton and this region have a lot of folks that are really wanting to get into that industry and really get into art and immerse themselves in it. It's been really cool to see. How important is it to keep walking and keep those feet moving the first couple of months, the first year of starting this? Because no one knows better than performers and how hard it is to get the train to start moving.
Yeah.
Well, and something that has come up really recently for me is how important having people that not only also want to do the work, but that I genuinely enjoy doing it with is such a lifeline to being able to even get the art out there in the first place.
You just hit it on that. You have to have fun and enjoy it to do this.
Yeah.
You can't have a stick up your ass and decide that you're going to be an entertainer or performer.
No.
It's
There's
not
a reason
work.
they call it a play.
That's a beautiful point. Well, getting back in, John, wanted to talk a little bit because I may or may not have clicked on the link and I got this encyclopedia of all this wonderful work that you've done. Let's talk about your career a little bit and what students can get out of your classes and just working with you in general.
I don't know.
You got a lot. You can get a lot.
See, good answer. That's why Riley's here. But take me through a little bit of your background in performing and what's led you up to this point.
So somebody asked me recently how I came into teaching, and I kind of fell into it backwards. I was between gigs, and I had the choice to either frame houses during the winter or teach a couple of classes with some young people. And I went and started doing some of the teaching and really kind of enjoyed it. I was working with junior high and high school students at that point back in Idaho. And then a friend of mine who had a collegiate teaching position asked me if I would come in and direct a production of Fiddler on the Roof while he was on sabbatical. And I said, yeah, sure. I needed the money. It was a gig. And I went to the first few rehearsals and was absolutely inspired by what I was able to do and see and work with these young artists. And I remember I came home that night and I said to my wife, I think I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And so that set me on the journey of heading off to my own grad school experience for teaching, which, long story short, brought me here to Prin some 10 years ago. And now I've kind of come full circle again. I have moved out away from full-time teaching into working in Ireland and the UK and Europe as a freelance actor, director, producer,
Really
teacher,
cool.
and then coming back here and continuing to teach in these places. So I think if there's one thing that I try really hard to instill in the students and anybody that I work with that has an interest in this, it's trusting yourself, having faith in what you have to offer, and just keep going. Just keep going.
I got to ask you this because, when I talk to performers and actors and when we do it, it seems like sometimes those young artists are what give them that breath of life again.
Yeah.
And I got to ask you, what's the most inspiring part or aspect of being around a young artist? Is it the naiveness to in a way where it's like, we're just happy and excited to be there? Is it the energy? What is the most inspirational?
The most inspirational thing for me is the fact that invariably, almost daily in class, I will ask a question about some of the work that we're doing, expecting one answer. And invariably, one of these students, one of these people who are just starting out, will say something that is so stunningly brilliant and so on the nose that I haven't thought about, that what's inspiring to me is that simply by opening up the conversation and the opportunity, they teach me things.
Yeah,
and
100%.
that's what keeps me just incredibly juiced about it.
Man, what a great conversation. Coming up on October the 2nd, you've seen that on your lower third, the Dumb Waiter starts. Now, let's talk details here.
Yep.
Where are we located and how much money do I need to give you for the show?
So we are doing all performances on the campus of Principia College.
Beautiful campus,
up in Elsa.
by the way.
Yeah, really easy to get to, just along the River Road and then turning into Elsa and follow the signs. We're in the Davis Black Box, October 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are available at the door. We don't yet have on the Bankside website the ability to do transactions there. It's something we're working towards as we come back. So tickets are available at the door.
Okay.
And they are $5 for students and $12 for general public.
Do you know what $12 would get you in a St. Louis theater? Not even a quarter of a parking spot in an unfenced lot. That is incredible.
And I can guarantee you the work is as good.
100%. I'm so excited because to me, this is a really great opportunity for folks to go in because grand picture here, because I always like to think outside the box and bringing things in, is right now in life, we're very good at assuming, you know, where we always assume we know what that person's going through or what the big news conspiracy is. We assume it all the time. In this play, every one of the audience members is going to assume at some portion what you two are doing. And then, oh my God, I'm either right or wrong, but it's just that kind of full circle moment in life where maybe it's a good type of opportunity to go, we're judging too early and let's follow along for the ride, you know?
Actually, that's a fairly important theme in the play. There's some very, for a place that was originally produced in 1960, there's some very contemporary themes and ideas. Yeah. The other thing that I would throw out for the audience, if this is your first opportunity to reconnect or engage in live theater for the first time, this is a very affordable, really wonderful way to do it. Take a risk. It's a $12 investment. I guarantee you get your money's worth. And you might just find, live theater really means something to me. And you start circling around to what else. Alton Little Theater that I know has a production of Rocky Horror coming up.
October 31st.
Yeah, a rising tide lifts all boats.
You got to.
So, if we can help somebody go, oh, yeah, I really want to spend more time in live theater, wherever it is, I'd love to be that door.
And I like it too because it's not one that you're going to, there's not a bunch of flashing, lights and sounds hitting you too. So for folks that maybe have a little bit of a nervousness to it, this is a great opportunity.
It's a great way to do it. Yeah.
Man, this is cool.
This is literally a show where the lights come up at the beginning and the lights go down at the end. There's not a lot of
I love it. I love it.
So.
That's how it was. I did Elephant's Graveyard at Alton Little Theater because they couldn't find anyone. I said, I'll do it because we do a segment every month on the show, twice a month. And there's something about the whole aspect, just like pro wrestling, where you have to feed off the audience or some type of energy level. You know what I'm saying?
It's so immediate. So immediate.
Gotta have
it doesn't, as you know, as a performer, it doesn't finish until the audience is there.
100%.
Yeah, it's not a full circuit.
Yeah.
They
It's not
complete
all
the
way around.
circuit. Yeah.
You know, I've always said, I kept making the joke. I'm like, every time we're in rehearsal, I always felt like the divorced dad with the only thing left is the couch because the audience wasn't there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Dig, you know. But getting into back into this, we've been talking for 20 minutes already. And
sorry.
I keep going way over. But was there a part in your rehearsals where maybe you guys couldn't stop laughing or you couldn't get through? Was there any type of like just hiccup that was coming in? Because there's always, to me, it's like the littlest thing that just gets me going.
Well, I know that there's one bit that they have with that they're exchanging. I won't say what, but they're exchanging objects that are important in the show that need to go somewhere else. And there was us just trying to figure out like what these things are, where we're going with them, and like how. I mean, it's just like little movements, things of like us trying to exchange things and figure out like where are these supposed to go? What are we gonna do? And so like, and that's one of the brilliant things about live theater is like things can go bump, and then it's like, okay, we got to figure out where we're going from here as that thing flies off over there. Like, so just. It's the live theater.
It's always also kind of entertaining to see actually internationally where we land with the accents.
Oh yeah.
So we're working hard, but as we develop that, you know, we've been spending some time in Australia, a little bit in New Zealand, and personally, I've been in Kentucky a couple of times. So, yeah,
just depends on the night where I'm
throwing it out. Yeah.
Throwing it on the dartboard and see where it comes out.
You guys got to get your tickets. October 2nd through the 5th. Am I correct?
Yep, 2nd through 5th.
It gets nervous when I start guessing, you know, man. October 2nd through the 5th. Be a part of the Dumbwaiter over there in Principia College. You just follow the signs once you get into Elsa. It's very easy to get there.
Really
$5 for students, $12 for adults.
And I think Riverbender's doing a ticket giveaway too.
We are.
Jump on that.
It just hit social media, so you have a chance to win some free tickets. And we'll link everything in an article on RiverBender.com. Again, we'll link it in the on-demand interviews too, so we can post. Any social media we can stay up to date on?
Well, Bank said will start putting some stuff out through their page and Facebook page, and then independently, our socials will be kicking stuff out in the next week too.
Really?
So.
This is cool. Well, Riley, John, thank you so much for your
thanks
time.
so much. This is fantastic.
This was great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Thanks,
really enjoyed it.
We'll take a quick break here on this Monday morning. When we come back, to be quite honest with you, I haven't really produced the show yet, and it's Saturday. So we'll find out who's coming back right after this in downtown Alton and Roku TV.
Messias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Messias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MessiasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganats Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganats Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganats Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Oh, 9:41. Welcome back. A little bit of change on the 16th day of September. Man, let me tell you, Riley and John were cool people. That was a good interview. Really cool. All righty. On this date in history, it's 9:41, little bit of change. Thanks for hanging out with me. On this date in history, make sure you check out the daily On This Date in History articles that the staff at RiverBender.com provides to all of us. Always a really great addition to the content, and really glad that we do it. Getting some text today. On this date, September the 16th, the big one, English colonists aboard the Mayflower on this date in 1620 set sail for America, where they founded Plymouth, Massachusetts after 41 men, including William Bradford and Miles Standish. Well, they signed that Mayflower Compact. On this date, the Mayflower departed for America. Also, on this date in history, the sitcom Frasier, on this date in 1993, starring Kelsey Grammer, debuted on NBC. That spinoff of Cheers became one of the most popular American television shows of the late 19th, 20th century. But there you go, debuting on this date in 1993. Also on this date in history, in 1975, Papua New Guinea achieved full independence from Australia. On this date in 1919, the U.S. Congress granted a national charter to the American Legion, an organization of U.S. war veterans. That's a big one. That happened on this date in 1919. Also on this date in history, going way back when, a local revolt in Mexico in 1810 sparked by Miguel Hidalgo Castilla, a parish priest in Dolores, who uttered the Grito de Dolores, the Cry of Dolores, calling for the end of rule by Spanish pencilers for equality of races and redistribution of land. That happened on this date in Latin American history in 1810. On this date in 1380, Charles V, who was the King of France from 1364 and led the country into a miraculous recovery from devastation of the first phase of the 100 Years' War, which ran from 1337 to 1453, died at the age of 42 on this date in history. And those are all the things that happened on this date in history, non-music related, but let's get into music, shall we? On this date in music history, Robbie Williams overtook Elvis on this date in 2022 with 13 number ones. This is on the UK side of things, to become the solo artist with the most UK number ones ever, when his latest album, XXV 25, topped the UK charts. Only the Beatles had more UK number one albums than Robbie, with 15 across their career. In 2014, one of the best, I love her, Ariana Grande, was at number one on the, she is like our Mariah Carey, I think, was at number one in the U.S. album chart with My Everything, the singer's second studio album. The album also debuted at number one in Australia and Canada and peaked in the top 10 of 20 countries worldwide. That happened on this date in 2014. On this date in 2008, Norman Whitfield, the brilliant producer, and brilliant songwriter, died in Los Angeles, California from diabetes and other illnesses. The Motown singer and producer collaborated with Barrett Strong on just monster hits. I Heard It Through the Grapevine Ain't Too Proud to Beg, I Know I'm Losing You, Cloud 9, War, Papa Was a Rolling Stone, one of my favorite songs, and Car Wash. He died on this date in 2008. In 2006, Bob Dylan was at number 1 on the U.S. Yeah, on the U.S. album chart with Modern Times, entering the U.S. charts at number 1, making it Dylan's first album to reach that position since 1976. Desire 30 years prior, at 65, Dylan became the oldest living musician to top the Billboard Albums chart. 85-year-old Tony Bennett broke this record in 2011 with his Duets album. The record also reached number 1 in Australia, Canada, Denmark, Ireland, New Zealand, Norway, and Switzerland. That happened on this date in 2006. On this date in 1998, at an auction, a notebook belonging to the former Beatle, roadie Mal Evans, containing the lyrics to Hey Jude, sold for £111,500. A two-tone denim jacket belonging to John Lennon went for £9,200, and the Union Jack dress worn by Spice Girl Ginger Spice sold at the auction for £41,000. Man, think about what I could do with their money. On this date in 1979, the Sugar Hill Gang's Rapper's Delight was released. While it's not the first single to feature rapping, it is generally considered to be the song that first popularized hip-hop in the United States and around the world. The song's opening lyric, I said a hip-hop, the hippie to the hip-hop is world-renowned. That happened on this date in 1979. On this date in 1969... Johnny Cash was at number 1 on the Billboard Country chart with this great one.
My name is Sue. How do you do? How you gonna die? Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes and he went down, but to my surprise, come up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. Then I busted a chair right across his teeth and we crashed through the walls and into the street, kicking and a gouging in the
One of my
blood
favorite
and the
songs.
beer.
I'm telling you, I love A Boy Named Sue. And you know what, honestly, I just watched Walk the Line the other day. What a great movie that was, too. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, A Boy Named Sue, number 1 on this date in 1969, and Johnny Cash was walking right there in the hall of number 1 on this date in music history. Also on this date in history, members of Parliament. Tom Drillberg asked Britain's House of Commons to officially deplore the action of magistrate who called the Rolling Stones complete morons who wore filthy clothes. In 1966, Parliament was on fire with the Rolling Stones, and that happened on this date in history. In 1963, the Beatles, released by Swan Records in the United States, had this song go out, and, well, one of the best on this date in music history.
You think you've lost your love? Well, I saw her yesterday. It's you she's thinking of. And
She Loves You in 1964. On this date in history, the Beatles released one of their iconic pieces, and always great to hear the Beatles on a Monday morning. On this date in 1957, Buddy Holly, the biggest show of stars package tour, kicked off at the Brooklyn Paramount, featuring Buddy Holly and the Crickets, the Drifters, the Everly Brothers, and Frankie Lemon. On some dates, artists were unable to play because of the segregation laws, and kind of just brings in the real-world perspective to things. On this date in music history, here's who was born on this date in music history, Flo Rida. In 1979, Flo Rida was born on this date in history and, of course, really became one of the entertainers of my generation, to say the least. Also born on this date in history... All right, one good one. Here we go. One of the greatest of all time, born on this date in history.
I used to sing spirituals, and I thought that this was the thing that I wanted to do. But somehow or other, when I went in the Army, I picked up on Lucille, started singing the blues. Well, now when I'm paying my dues,
B.B. King, born on this date in 1925, and that'll do it for On This Date in music history.
I can always.
But hey, while I have you, let me fill you in on Hainer Library, where you can unlock history every second of the day with your Hainer Library card. You can go to RiverBender.com, click on the How Do I tab, click on Get a Library Card. You put your address in, and you're taken care of free of charge because, well, they are our local public library, and they give back time and time again and then some. You know, whether or not you use Hainer Library for your ad-free, force-free streaming with Biblio Plus, you use the Creative Bug app to unlock all those great crafts and how-tos, you know, or you're using it for the resource and consumer guides to make sure your next big purchase is the best possible one you could make, or you're unlocking your family's history with the genealogy and local history department. You have Lacey McDonald join me all the time, and you hear just the great knowledge that they bring to the table. You know what? Hainer Library every day is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to knock on that door, and you can pick what door you want to knock on. Adventure, education, maybe it's just, you know, a little bit of calmness, and you just want to do some crafts and relax. You know, that's what the library is there for. Plus, they're there for all the other great services the library provides, like checking out great books, the ebooks that are online. Plus, if you have somebody in your family that's hard of seeing or hard of hearing, they have books that are able to be used for those purposes as well. You know, at Hainer Library, they are there for every one of us. They're our living room. All you got to do is go to HainerLibrary.com, get more information today. Don't forget to tell them that you know who sent you over their way. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll come back with more of our daily show right after this. Looking for a fun, free day out with the family? Head to the Mississippi Earth Tones Festival at the Alton Amphitheater Saturday, September 21st. From noon to 10, enjoy 100 booths with environmental education, interactive art experiences, and performances, along with great local food and beverages. Emerge in the art, food, vendors, and music, and be heard by celebrating our incredible river. It's free, it's fun, and it's happening Saturday, September 21st at the Alton Amphitheater.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Divs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
Get paid to go solar.
We're not solar bros. At Grid, we're solar pros. We explain the process behind solar power so you can make an informed decision. We'll work with you to make owning your power as simple as possible and affordable with zero down financing and payment options. Our only goal is to save you money. Call Grid when you're ready to be independent of the power company.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. Daily Show hitting you at 9:56 and a little bit of change. Hey, wanted to fill you in on two important things happening around the region. And it's also my time to tell you, do you know that I am one of the because of the new addition of Emily. Great to have you to the team, Emily. One of the event specialists, I believe, at RiverBender.com, where we could help you get the region's eyes on your event, because there's so many things happening all the time, and it's hard to kind of call every event organizer and saying, hey, are you doing this Saturday at 9:20? Well, I'm going to do this at 10. You know how that goes. You don't have to worry about it. At RiverBender.com, we have some great promotional features that could really help elevate your event, so why don't you call me? Take the chance. Send me an email. We could get a lot of people. What if I told you, in all reality, I can get you hundreds of thousands of impressions like right now on your event? Because I could. CJ at RiverBender.com or 618-465-9850 extension 228. You know what I think's fun? Everyone always thinks that I have like a script in front of me to do these live reads. No, that's why I love we were just talking about that the other day too, because we talk about sometimes, they go, man, do you have that in front of you? And we're sitting in the studio talking about, I forgot what live read, but I said no. And the reason is because when you believe in the people that you represent, you don't need a script, because you know that everyone that supports this show is good and they're going to be good to the listener. So just one of those things too, just like the event promotion package. I don't need to read off the Rolodex. I can just tell you that we have done some really great work and we're more than happy to help you with that too. But hey, sometimes money's time. We get that. It's never a pressure thing. You can always add your events for free on the RiverBender.com community calendar, literally for free. It's amazing. Hey, wanted to fill you in on one of the bigger events happening, and this is out of Elsa. Celebrate the start of autumn season in the historic and quaint village of Elsa, Saturday, September 28th, with a day of food, entertainment, tours, and more during the annual Elsa Festival. The fun kicks off at 11 a.m. and runs through 4 in the village nestled between the river bluffs on the banks of the river along the Great River Road. The festival will feature great food, self-guided tours of the Wetlands Trail and Pollinator Gardens, local artisans displaying their wares, and live music will take place at the gazebo behind Green Tree Inn. Methodist Church and Riverview House, all public businesses and historic buildings, will also be open throughout the afternoon. Each location will highlight different vendors and entertainment. Sample food from Big Boy's Q and Southern Soul Food, Jay's Authentic Italian, Please and Squeeze and Lemonade, and Moe's Sweet Treats during the festival. Treehouse Wildlife Center will be on display of resident animals in the lower level of the Civic Center Schoolhouse at 51 Mill Street. Festival goers can enjoy walks through the Elsa United Methodist Church, where there will be a quilt display and music from Rivers of Life Clergy Band from 1 to 3 p.m. You could also enjoy live music by Dusty James, Abalone Pearl from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the gazebo at the Green Tree Inn. Jay Sabo, who is awesome, will perform at the gazebo from 1:30 to 4 p.m. Take a self-guided tour of the Wetlands Trail, the Pollinator Garden during the festival. Free pamphlets will be available that highlight the explorations. The QEM Fire Department will also be on hand with the department mascot, and tours of the fire truck will be available also. We're just going to head and roll into top of the hour news, but before I do that, let me take a quick pause so we don't have to play any more video commercials for you. Let me just talk to you. Is that okay? I mean, unless you'd rather have the commercials. It's all good. I'm just joking with you. But hey, wanted to fill you in on Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling. Call 618-781-1407. That's 618-781-1407. 618-781-1407, because you got to get with the queen of junk and now the queen of trash. I'm telling you, she's the best. And it's amazing. You know, her team, they are growing and growing, and they're ready to take on all comers that need their weekly trash service a little bit more with a local company. You know, at Sparks Junk Removal, every day they're picking up the phones and they're answering them themselves. It's not some third party. It's not an agent who's never heard of you or knows where you live. It's somebody that lives in your community, that knows who you are, that knows where you're at, and they're ready to help make that experience the best they can. For 30 years, Denise Sparks been the queen of junk, and now for the next 30, she's going to be the queen of junk and trash. You know, those purple and yellow trash cans are multiplying and mating like bunny rabbits all over the 618, because people know that Sparks cares about their community in both forms of being there for community service projects, just like they were at the Alton Pride Festival and all these numerous public events, on top of the free Christmas tree pickup program they do in December. We'll talk about that in a few months. We're almost there. Or their other community involvement where they're keeping our roadways safe and clean of litter. That's a big thing on this show. Rusty Weeds joined me how many times to talk about this. Denise Sparks cares about the environment. They keep those trash trucks netted down, and you will never see trash flying off the back of one of her trucks, because she cares about the community in which she lives in. You go to sparksjunkremoval.net. That's sparksjunkremoval.net. And go ahead, reclaim your space today and start your journey with the Queen of Junk today. We'll take you to Alton now at 10:01. Top of the hour news hits you dead in the nose. Senior Services Plus is celebrating National Senior Center Month by hosting an open house on Tuesday, September the 24th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. Staff members from SSP program will be available to talk with and share information on various programs SSP has to offer. Programs include Meals on Wheels, information and assistance, in-home services, transportation, home repair, ombudsman program, foster grandparent program, as well as the on-site programs such as congregate dining and their schoolhouse grill, the wellness center, the classes, activities, and more. SSP's Schoolhouse Grill will be operating during the event. Attendees can stop by the grill's information table to sample a new and exciting menu coming this fall. Man, I can't wait. The event free, open to the public. For more information, 618-465-3298, or you can just go to RiverBender.com and watch our interview that we did just on these events, plus the speed connections that's coming down the pipeline this Friday. All that and more at RiverBender.com/daily show. To once again be a part of the open house, they ask that you register at 618-465-3298. extension 123. Also, in the news today at 10:02 on this 16th day of September, out of Bethalto, First Mid-America Credit Union delivered a $30,000 grant in funds to local small businesses in partnership with the Federal Home Loan Bank of Chicago. The FHLB, the Federal Home Loan Bank, made grant money available to member financial institutions through their Community First Accelerated Grants for Small Business program, which provide assistance to small businesses in Illinois. The First Mid team submitted the grant request and were able to deliver two $15,000 member checks to Skeetopel, great company, and Expresso Yourself Bakery. These grants reflect how having the Federal Home Loan Bank of Chicago as a partner increases the benefits we provide to our members and community, said Brett Pont, Vice President of Commercial Services. For more information, firstmidamerica.org. Also, in the news today, we're trying to get that follow-up here on sports. Let's see if I can get it to you now. On the Edwardsville game, quarterback Yale Weaver threw for 4 touchdown passes, and the Edwardsville defense caused 3 turnovers in the first half, which the offense converted into points as the Tigers took a 41-7 win over Jackson in a football game played Saturday night at Tiger Stadium. Now, the game was originally scheduled for Friday night at the Jackson Pit, but was postponed and changed to Edwardsville for Saturday after death and shooting threats were made against the Jackson School District. On Friday, school was canceled, as were extracurricular activities in the district out of caution on Friday, rightfully so. That venue was changed at the same time. The Tigers bounced back very well from last week's loss to Indianapolis Lawrence Central, and head coach Kelsey Pickering was very happy with the way the team bounced back to take the win over a good side. The Tigers had a time changed in Week 1 against Chatham-Glenwood, in which Edwardsville took a big win, and Pickering thought the change of time and venue didn't affect Jackson. Although the game was played at Edwardsville, the Tigers wore their road white jerseys while the Indians wore home red. I don't know, Pickering said. We did it Week 1 for us. I think it was obviously in our favor. I feel terrible Jackson did have to travel and they lose a home game this year. That's not fun. I can sympathize with them, but I know Coach Nesbitt, and it didn't affect their team, and maybe it did. I don't know, but he had them prepared. So the change in time didn't affect either program, but both teams competing well. The offense was clicking well on Saturday night for the Tigers. The defense also played well, forcing those 3 turnovers that led to 21 Tiger points, which played a huge factor in the outcome. The Tigers' final touchdown came in the 4th when Stephen Moore Jr. scored on a nice 8-yard run, 2:15 from the end, but the conversion was missed, giving the Tigers a 41-7 win as the Tigers ran out the clock. The Indians are now 1-2 and return home next Friday against Farmington, while Edwardsville is now 2-1 and opens up the Southwestern Conference against O'Fallon at home Friday night, both games at 7 p.m. 10:06, more happening around the River Bend. Let's go right to it. Over 80 vendors and hundreds of community members turned out for Alton Pride's 3rd annual festival from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. on Saturday, September the 14th. Community members celebrated the LGBTQ plus community with live music, vendors, food trucks, and more in downtown Alton. Annie McCoy, a board member with Alton Pride, noted the festival has expanded since its first year in 2022, and performances this year included Porch Cafe, Ms. Goldie, Izzy Salhani, and several drag performers. Alton Mayor David Goins opened the festival with a welcoming speech, and Alton Pride volunteers are continuously seeking volunteers as well as donations to support their wonderful community initiatives throughout the year. For more information on this great organization, you can visit altonpride.com. Also in the news today, the Major K Squad is investigating after a body was found in Madison alleyway on Saturday morning. Here's what we know. The Madison Police Department received a call just before 9 a.m. reporting a body in an alleyway near the 1600th block of 5th Street. Upon arrival, the police and coroner identified the man as 37-year-old Lavelle Douglas of Madison. He had died of a gunshot wound. The Major K Squad has assigned 16 investigators to this case. Authorities urge anyone with information to contact the Major K Squad at 618-709-7750. That's 618-709-7750, or Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. That's 866-371-8477. Mayor David Goins, with the support of Representative Ellick, Senator Erica Harris, and other local leaders, are actively working to safeguard the city of Alton and its residents, collaborating with the Illinois Municipal League and the Risk Management Association. The city prioritizes the protection of public spaces. City Council, with experts including civil engineers, geotechnical specialists, are evaluating public areas before reopening. Efforts involve the Mine Safety and Health Administration and other agencies. Mayor Goins emphasizes transparency and assures residents that the safety remains the top priority, with continuous updates provided through official city channels. That was through a press release submitted to us by the city mayor's office through the city of Alton, and we relayed that to you on Riverbender. At 10:09, it's 80 degrees. It's too hot out there. Let's take a look at our weather, shall we? 80 degrees in downtown Alton. It already feels like 90. Oh, man, what a day. Today, partly sunny and very warm. Tonight, clear. Humidity sitting at 58%. But Brian Trust, who's on Thursday afternoons at 3 p.m. or 2 p.m. until 3. I'm so sorry, Brian. Don't hurt me. 2 to 3 p.m. Brian Trust. Visibility 14 miles today. We can see for a while. Hey, the sun will set at 7:06. Air quality at 46, which is good. Grass levels 12, moderate. Ragweed levels are moderate at 30, and the UV index is high. It also feels like it's 155 down in the studio. Temperatures reach 89 degrees today. It dropped down to 59 overnight as we head into Tuesday. On Tuesday, a high of 89, a low of 55 degrees. No rain in the forecast all week. It's going to be dry. On Wednesday, a high of 87, a low of 55, and on Thursday, a high of 90, a low of 61 degrees. And on Friday, where's my scarf at? On Friday, a high of 88, a low of 64 degrees. Partly sunny conditions await us then. You can, in real time, all the time, go to RiverBender.com/weather to stay up to date with our exclusive weather radar that you're going to see the best insights on in the area. We always try to get that information out 2 to 3 minutes ahead of the other regional news sources in St. Louis, and we do a good job. You can also call the landmark number 618-465-4545, this time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Before we take a quick break, hey, it's Monday. You just had a long week. Yeah. Okay, picture this. Sophia, Golden Girls. You're stopping by Village Dispensary. Okay, it's a Monday. You just started the work week. It's on your way home. You stop by, you get a $10 pre-roll. You go home on a Monday afternoon, and you are elevating the start of your week, and you are going to have 10 times the greater week that you would have. I'm telling you, it's true. I'm just saying it could happen. Every day is special when you go to Village. Hey, I got there. When you go to Village Dispensary, I'm telling you what, it's amazing. Village Dispensary, every day special, where today you can go right on in with some great deals on pre-rolls on Monday. On Tuesday, it's Tasty Tuesday. Wednesday, it's all about getting waxy with deals on concentrate and vapes. On Thursday, it's Thirsty Thursday. On Friday, it's Flower Friday. And you're saving big on Saturday on Aero carts, because I know that you guys listen and love them just as much as I told you would. You know what? Village Dispensary, they got an inventory, guys, that would make Cheech, Chong, Snoop Dogg, Harold and Kumar, Willie Nelson, Woody Harrelson, all of them blush. That's how much they got over there. Plus, if you're new to cannabis, don't let me scare you. They have a consultation area where they'll sit down with you for as ever long you need to and really talk about what you're dealing with. Maybe it's some arthritic pain in the wrist. You never know. They can get you a product that's right for you. Locally owned, union built, all about quality. Stop on in there. Don't forget to tell them you know who sent you over their way, because it's a joint effort. It's 10:12 on this Monday morning. And, I like the way downtown Alton looks. So let's take a look at it again, shall we? We'll be back with more after this.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Here's CJ.
Okay, Steve Pegram has done it again. I'm telling you what, you have figured this out. You have cracked the code, Steve. Every time I see you, you bring something else really cool in, and this time is my favorite. So you brought me in a bell from the Polar Express. You talked to your cousin the other day, I'm guessing.
I did, yeah.
It's incredible. Steve, you and I were talking on Wednesday, Friday? Man, it was a week.
Last week. Was last Wednesday?
Yeah,
last Wednesday.
a week was a year ago, it felt like it. Well, we were talking about, bringing Ron on because of the safety zone and all of that.
Right,
but man, what better time? I mean, Halloween season, the shelves already have those pumpkins on them, life's good.
Lowe's is decked out, Home Depot's decked out, our acres are we've been decking it out the last 2 months. We've been going hard on it.
I was always wondering about that, how you guys, when you started that process.
Really, we start right when we close down.
Really?
Just kind of, baby steps here. But you got to take all the electric out right away, from the season before, since we're an outdoor attraction. But the Halloween Haunt Convention Show comes in early March of the following year. So we're in the middle of getting ready to hit spring, and the Halloween convention shows in downtown St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, blood's flowing now, just like you on your C4s. I told him, I said, I see there's 3 C4s on here, and he's rocking and rolling with them.
I told you.
And Reese's Sticks.
The lower third hides a lot, man.
We do. We get going, we get excited, and then we really start in the first of spring and slowly get into it. And then the last 3 months before we open, my build crew, I couldn't do it without my build crew, and of course our actors. We're out there every Friday night, all day Saturday, and just blood, sweat, and tears, building stuff and changing scenes up and stuff.
Well, man, I'm serious. Some of my best memories are at our Acres of Terror.
Well, that's awesome.
I mean, I will never forget when the first time we went, and we had no idea, what to get into. Hell, I don't remember what year it was, but I was young, and all of a sudden, before we even got in there, Michael Myers was walking around the damn where the gravel is, with the chicken coops were, and all that. And I swear, I remember it all, man.
I can remember the scene. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I swear to God, you saw so much liquid coming out of me, it was not even funny. I didn't make it the first year, but year 2 we went back.
Yeah. So we go from the Polar Express bells to body fluids, and it's true. We literally have people losing control.
I bet.
Honestly. And we're a haunted house that we like the old fashioned scares. We like up in your face, that personal bubble, and we're not a haunt that goes demonic ways or anything like that. We like the good old fashioned scare.
That's why I love it, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm even when I'm leaving, I'm not staying up until 3 o'clock in the morning, going, "What the hell just happened to me?" I was shell shock. It's a great thrill.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, what's it feel like, Ron? To really be recognized, for all the hard. I mean, it's been years in the making, but
It
really
is.
becoming that regional.
The last few years have been just amazing.
Yeah, man.
Seriously, we've been going on and off since '96. Started off with plastic tunnels and jack-o'-lanterns and candles lighting the path, to now we're in theatrical lighting, and we do have some nice big animatronics out there too as well. But it's really we closed down in 2020 for personal reasons. Then my son moved back, said, "Dad, let's start the haunt up again." So my son Brandon, he's half owner now.
Cool.
And I said, "Bud, you got to help me out because we sold everything. We got to rebuild." And we've rebuilt just pretty much 90% of the haunt in the last 3 years. So this is year number 4, and we've gotten more attendance every year since we reopened in 2021.
It's incredible, man. And
yeah.
it's got to be cool, too, I'm sure, getting a kind of a jolt of life again with, having your son be interested in it. Really
Yes, and not just my son Brandon, my son Greg's there, too.
Oh, cool.
My son Greg's there, and my daughter, she's 12, Joey, and she fell in love with scaring people when she was 6. So her first scare, again, when we have a scene where our kids are schoolhouse playground area, right? We have adult supervision in that area. We don't have anybody outside. If they're that young, they're family.
Right.
Well, she got her first scare by this big 6-foot guy, and she's just sitting there, just playing like she's a prop, and she just turns her eyes and looks at the guy, and of course, man, she's real. Oh my gosh, what the heck's going, and she's like, "Yes, I got him. I'm addicted to it." Now she has her own makeup room in her own room. She practices all year long, and it's neat. It's neat. We call it our haunt family, not just immediate family. Mr. Peagram's extended haunt family. I've known him for years from when our kids went to school in Dow. When Dow Elementary was up, and like I said, it's been going on for a while, and it's neat. We have a real core. When you pull in, you're greeted by people that care about our attraction, from the parking attendants to the people at the ticket booth to the people in the line, our key line actors. Before you get to the rule shack, your picture taken and everything. It's a family thing.
Yeah.
We're here to scare you.
Right.
100%.
Right. This ain't chess.
But we're doing it in a family-oriented way.
Well, and what I think's really cool about that is you're right. And you can get that sense when you're walking in, because there's sometimes, and I've been to a lot of really cool attractions and stuff, and there was, all over. I mean, even in London and all that have some pretty cool 4D.
Yeah.
But there's something about getting into an atmosphere where you don't have that vibe in that kind of air in the room, where you actually kind of feel like, man, this is a little bit different, and that's not cool all the time. So to have what you guys have is special. It truly is.
Yeah, and having the woods,
stop.
The natural woods is the backdrop. It's just, and we literally have real coyotes out there howling at night,
Right. Well, you know what I think's cool too? I've always said this, Steve. I said, why don't they just take all the actors out one day and just put people in the damn woods by themselves and say, you're going to get scared, but we aren't telling you when. Those people would go crazy in 10 minutes.
We've thought about doing a camp out.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of a new fad going on, to where, you do a camp out over the night. And you do kind of a scavenger hunt, to where you're within the haunt. You have live actors, and you're looking for clues and stuff like that.
Fun, man.
So that's something that we've been kind of looking into, maybe next year, hopefully. But it is. You work 40 plus hours a week. You have a family, and then you have the haunt.
Right.
It's a lot, and you don't know how much time God gives you.
Big time.
We don't know. But like I said, my extended family, the haunt family, they're my family too. They're not blood, but they're my family. And we have all shades of colors, walks of life out there that they come in, and they have Mr. and Mrs. Root, myself and my wife, my boys. We are faithful people, just like Mr. Peagram here. And we bring that to the table. We don't force anything on them, but before we go out, we pray. We're praying before we go out that we have a good time. Everybody's kept safe and everything, and then God give us the lungs give us the screams, and let's scare the bejesus out of people.
Right.
You know? And at the end of the night, we're all back in the huddle at the camp scene or up front, and we're talking about the scares and talking about all the fun that the people, oh, did you see that one? Did you get that one? Because we play off everybody, you know. Everybody's not there. You can't scare everybody.
Right.
You know, you find the one that's in that group or the few.
You're good to go.
And then everybody else is, you know, just loving it. You know, just getting the entertainment because we're giving you entertainment.
Absolutely.
You know, so,
well, and a big portion of that atmosphere we were talking about earlier is to have, you know, the security zone or that kind of quiet zone for people that
the
need.
safe zone.
I mean,
yeah.
it's always good. And, you know, take me through, you guys obviously have that connection and all of that, know each other, but to have that Got Faith organization with you guys, it's got to be really cool for folks from the region to go and see a partnership happening with two completely opposite, you know, you would think entities. You know what I'm saying? It's really unique.
People are scaring the crap out of people. The people have tried, and technically, we're all trying to bring everybody.
That's true. No, that's true.
We literally are. We literally are. But again, we met years ago at Dow Elementary. And what year did you start the Got Faith?
Oh man,
we always forget that one, don't we? We've done this interview so many times.
A long time.
Yeah.
But
a long time.
I don't know if you reached out to me or I reached out to you, and he says, you know, hey, you know, and just we kind of bounced it off each other. It's like, you know, we do have people that can't make it through. We literally have grown men that will turn around in the second or third scene.
Yeah.
You know, we don't, you know, people's scares and their react. Everybody's totally different. You can have a 10-year-old go through and give everybody a high five, and then you have somebody that pees their pants.
Right. Yeah.
So we have that safe zone. And that's where Mr. Pegram comes in, and we'll take them over there. All of our actors, everybody knows that if they're in the Got Faith tent, they're safe. And, and then you got all the goodies out there. He's, you know, he's got promotional product. You know, it's just a whole spot right there. And then Steve takes over from there and talks to him, or when he's in the North Pole for his Santa Claus class, he has other Got Faith members there taking it over for him too. So really cool. If you want to say what you do in the tent,
we just and the thing of it is when the people get scared, they bring them up.
Yeah,
they don't say, "Hey, go up there."
Yeah, go
They're
walk.
Escorted right up there. Yeah. They've got security. They've got all of that stuff. And they just bring them up. We've got lawn chairs, and they just sit there. We give them sodas or whatever, you know, whatever they want, you know, and just sit and talk to them. You know, basically listen to them.
Well,
you know, they tell us all their problems and all that. But
it's amazing what people will just literally open up like a book. And it is.
Yeah.
Some people just want sometimes they just want somebody to talk to.
Yes.
And Steve's that guy for sure, 100%.
Well, and that's what I think is really just unique about this whole thing is because you Got Faith, you know, Steve, we've been talking for 2 years now about all the folks and how what I think's great on both aspects of this is just like if I walked in tomorrow to Miss Martha's closet, you know, and I don't have any. I'm going to go pick up some shirts because even though, you know, I have a job and life's good, my paycheck don't come for 2 weeks and I'm out of clothes, you know. And that's what I think's really cool on the flip side is that you guys have this to where it's really welcoming for everybody because we all know there's those parents that their kids want to go so bad and they're like, and who knows why they don't want to go because you never know what happened before that. And, you know,
exactly.
And that's a big thing.
Yeah, you don't know.
And so to kind of have this opportunity where everyone's welcome and you guys are so professional in how you do it, it's a really unique way to showcase all aspects of the, you know, just the way and the mission you guys both have for the respective organizations.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Yeah. It is. It's a good time. It is a good time. And, you know, being out in the woods, out, you know, in the country, you know, we want everybody to feel welcome when they come out there. Because we got people coming from St. Louis. We got them coming from all over.
I bet you do. Do you have states? Do you have states that you guys know of that you like mark on a pin? Because that's really where you're at now.
Everything surrounding all of our surrounding states, people have come. We had people. Incredible. You know, dude, we're leaving Chicago. How late are you guys open? You know, it's like our last ticket sold at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
But when we'll sell tickets until 11, so our line can be completely full at 11, and it'll take about when we're at capacity. In our lines, it's about an hour and a half from the time you buy a ticket. If we're completely full all the way to the start gate, about an hour and a half. But in that hour and a half time, last year we had, I'm not going to give you the surprise this year, but we have entertainment up front.
Cool.
We have entertainment up front. And we're changing it up a little bit this year, but we have key line actors up there. Mm-hmm. We have Azriel Azrael, this vampire, I tell you what, I don't know. He has to be a vampire because of the knowledge of history this guy has is freaking amazing. I mean, seriously, it's amazing. So I was like, oh, I was there. He's got that, that pretty. Oh, I was there at that time, in 1825. This is what But we have characters up line. We have scares going on even up front in the line. We have horror carnival games. We have a 14-foot skeleball to where you're throwing skulls into a moving skeleton with baskets and stuff. Yeah. So we do have entertainment up front. So that hour and a half, it'll go by fast. We got music going on, so we got Halloween music and stuff going on. We got bathrooms. You don't have to pay to park. So
that's a big plus, honestly.
Yeah. Right? So, and that's thanks to my father-in-law Walt Gregory and my mother-in-law Carol Gregory, who has blessed me to let me, fulfill my ambitions of a haunted house, and it's out in the woods, man. It's just awesome. It is. It's awesome.
You couldn't pay for that landscape, even if you wanted. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
And it's just a great thing. And now, what day do you guys start again?
It's September 28th, which is Friday. Yes, am I right? Yep, the 28th. Yeah. So we're open Friday and Saturday, 28th, 29th of September, and then every Friday and Saturday in October. Inclement weather, you just pay attention to our Facebook and all that. It's got a downpour for us to close, but our first thing is safety.
Well, it's got to be
safety.
Because it's a blessing and a curse with where you guys are at too. Because good luck getting through the woods in a rainstorm.
Our path is completely mulched.
Oh, that's great! I didn't know that. Yeah,
we're completely mulched, so the terrain isn't crazy.
Really cool.
But if we get a downpour, an inch or two in an hour or something, it could play havoc on the parking lot. And that's where when you get hundreds of cars going in and out, it's just, I would rather call it and we have a safe night. And then what happens if we call it? We're going to go hit another haunted house. We'll get on we'll get on our buddy's school bus and cruise up to Terror 217, which is a great haunted house up in Root House. Adam and Teenum, they've been doing it a long time there. And, or we'll shoot over and go to the darkness or
really cool.
So we it is a kind of a cutthroat business.
Right.
But to me, if you're a haunted house fan, you're going to come visit haunted houses.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what
you're going to go see.
You want to see them all.
Yeah. But our partnership with Terror 217 is we've been great friends since we started. Actually, they're the ones that helped me out on a lot of things, so I commend them. And like Mr. I can't remember his name right now, but who owns The Darkness and Creepy World and all that, Larry Kirchner. That guy is a brilliant man in this industry. I mean, he's highly looked at as the top guy, one of the top guys. I mean, you go into Creepy World, I mean, you got $2-3 million worth of wow factor.
Oh, I bet.
Our wow factor is the woods. We create really cool sets. We got awesome actors and actresses, and we do have some cool animatronics, so we bring that wow factor to you as well.
That's really cool.
Now, we can't forget to have people vote.
Vote, yes. Man, give me a high five. That's yes.
Did Steve just have to remember something for you?
So 100%. So if you go to hauntedillinois.com, and we actually voted #1 top customer choice of haunted attraction last year.
Are you serious?
Out of all Illinois.
That's incredible, man.
Haunted attraction. So you got haunted attraction and haunted house. Haunted house is an indoor facility. Haunted attraction, outdoor facility.
Really cool. And we're on the website now real quick just to kind of tell people where to go here. How do we vote? Show us where.
You're going to have to go to, I think it starts in the end of September.
Okay.
And you got me right on the spot, don't you? But it should say on there somewhere, vote for your favorite haunted attraction or haunted house. And then you just go for it. You go down, click Our Acres of Terror or Terror 217 or whoever you like the most, and go for it. But we actually got the logo. We can put it on our flyers and on our T-shirts this year.
That's awesome.
That we were voted #1 last year for haunted attraction by customers.
That's incredible.
Yeah. And this, one other thing, teaming up with Steve, we are this year starting. We've done a little bit in the past, But this year, a portion of our proceeds are starting to go to Got Faith.
That's wonderful. I mean, truly wonderful. Run. And why don't do you have a moment to stick around?
Don't forget the socks.
Socktober.
You bring a pair
He
of
forgot. He needs another C4.
I gave you a pair of socks.
You need another
That's
C4.
right,
I forgot about that.
Holy peppermint sticks.
Holy peppermint sticks. So what we're going to do, we're going to team up with Steve on this, and we'll put it out on social media as well. If you bring in a pair of socks.
Brand new
in the package.
There you go.
Good disclaimer.
Brand new. We're going to have a drawing out there as well for some amazing prize. And that's what you're doing as well?
Same thing. Yes.
Okay.
That's incredible.
And that'll go to the homeless, in the area.
Really cool.
Okay.
It's just really cool. You guys got a moment to stick around?
For sure.
I just got to pay one last bill of the show. It's $10.50, a little bit of change. Hey, before I take a quick break, Alton Little Theater getting ready for Making God Laugh. This is a really feel-good performance getting ready to take center stage. You know, they're the oldest, most continuous little theater in Illinois. Yep. It's amazing. One of the oldest in the country. And you know, at Alton Little Theater, they're embarking on their 91st season. You can still save big on season tickets for only $65 per show or per ticket. You know what $65 gets you near the Fox? A quarter of a parking spot that's not in a fenced-in gate. Not here in Alton Little Theater. It's Kevin Frakes' final couple of shows with Alton Little Theater after a hell of a run, and he ends it with the Christmas Carol at the end of the year. So mark your calendars for that. Plus, speaking of Halloween, Rocky Horror Pit. You got to be careful saying that word. Rocky Horror Picture Show will be taking center stage at midnight on Halloween night. That's going to be really cool. So much fun coming down the pipeline. AltonLittleTheater.org or call the box office 618-462-3205.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome back. 10:54. A little bit of change on this Wednesday morning. We got Steve, Ron, God Faith, Our Acres of Terror. You know,
and candy cigarettes.
So the reason. The reason being is Lacey McDonald, who does our weekly history segment, knows I'm trying to quit smoking, so she bought me a pack of cigarettes to get me.
Good way to do it. There you go.
Cool.
We'll pray for you on
It's
that.
like, yeah, thank you.
100%.
I need a lot of.
Are you doing all right with it?
It's tough. It's
Okay.
a fight.
It is tough.
Yeah,
It is tough.
7 years of it. You don't realize how much you do it until it's gone.
Yep.
But I mentioned chess and a very nice connection earlier. I just want to throw that out there. I don't do too many good things on this show, but that was good. That was a good moment.
Good, yeah.
You have a chess tournament coming up.
Yes, it's coming up the 18th, which is next Wednesday. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, and it's going to be at 6 p.m. at the Got Faith Ministry building. The winners, and if we've got so many, I'd love to get people from St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri's like the chess.
It is. It's the chess capital of the world.
I would love to get people from Missouri over there. And if we've got so many people, we're going to go to the next week, and then at the 29th, the two winners are going to Pierre Marquette to play the chess game up there.
The big one?
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Yeah.
29th
Like that.
at
That's a good
10
idea.
p.m. or 10 a.m. And then the winner of that gets a free night stay at Pierre Marquette.
That's really cool.
Yeah, isn't that
Pierre
cool?
Marquette's nice.
It is a
Yeah.
nice spot.
Yeah.
Now, how do you sign up?
Well, just call us.
Okay.
Call me. We got our phone number on there somewhere. Or you can
And we'll link it all.
Yeah,
that.
Got Faith. Just give me a call.
And how many you're looking to fill? 50?
I would love to fill out that whole. The only thing is we've only got 5 chess games. So if you play chess, bring your own game, and then we can put you over here, there. We can put you all over the building.
Yeah.
Our building's huge.
It is. Well, and we'll link all that too, because that'd be wonderful. So
and it's our first year of doing it. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly, but who cares?
Right? You're doing it.
We're doing it.
Right.
That's what it's all about. Just give it a try.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the problem in life. Everyone's scared to try new things anymore.
Right.
Everyone's got to be secure. It's like, hell, jump off the cliff and see what happens,
Right. Let's get it.
Yeah.
That parachute normally deploys.
Right.
But the big thing, too, last year we talked about it with Jeremy and yourself.
Yes.
This golf tournament is coming around the corner. The second annual Got Faith tournament up here at Rolling Hills. This is this weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
this
wow.
Saturday now.
Wow, we're getting close. Okay, is there still time to sign up?
Yes, please do. And it's just go on the Got Faith website, and all that information is on there. Got Faith Ministries.
You can call 618-410-4010 to
Jeremy there.
Call Jeremy and just be involved in this. Now it's $320 a team, 80 per individual, or how about this? Sponsor a hole for $100.
Holy peppermint sticks.
That's what I think we
There
could
you
do.
go. Our Acres of Terror will take one of those.
Oh, holy.
And I don't take commission, Steve. It's just amazing.
Man.
All right.
You can also call 618-567-5877. But Steve, you are busy. You're always out in the community and moving.
Yeah.
But what's it mean to have, organizations like Our Acres that gives you that spot?
It is awesome.
It seems like, though, it gives you a jolt of energy, though.
Yes.
It really does, man, just talking with you.
I mean, it's... what is it, the last one, I think? Or the first one?
Brandon?
Is it the last or first? Where they bring all the people there?
The last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just unbelievable. There's 40, 50.
60 to 70 now.
Yes.
Wow.
And all dressed up.
That's incredible.
To take a picture for their thing. But, before they do that, they pray. And I just think that is so awesome, to me.
You know what I think is so cool about that aspect of it, too? I think that comment alone just shows you where, how great things are, because, in life all the time, we're always, we always are biased. I don't care what anyone says. You're always going to judge something and prejudge. If you see somebody with half a head missing, because of a mask on and then a machete going through his forehead, sitting there signing the cross, your perspectives are going to change on a lot of things. And I think that's always good to point out, too, because you might look at somebody and think, oh, wow, but not realize they're just like we are, just like you are, too. It's really cool, man.
People. And then for them to just what he just did there was amazing.
Well, how many holes do you need
I don't
Sponsor.
know. That's
all right. Come on, everybody out there.
We need 9 more at
If
least.
you're a business owner, come on, $100.
There you go.
You spend that on filling gas up.
No kidding.
So throw Got Faith $100 and match the R acres of terror and help them fill those
That's
spots.
3 boxes of cereal anymore.
Right. or 4 C4s or C3. Those things are $8 a piece.
Wow.
Jet fuel's getting expensive.
You bet. Hey, I had, do we got time for a real quick story?
Yeah, you go for it.
Just the other day, I went to Dollar Tree to pick up some batteries. Cheapest place to get batteries, honestly. I was in my car. I got a phone call. I answered it, and I didn't know who it was. It was one of those things, the visual thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I never do that.
Right.
But for some reason, I hit it. It was, what do you call them? A pocket
Oh,
dial.
yeah.
Pocket dial.
Butt dial.
Butt dial. And I couldn't figure out who it was, so it was 2 or 3 minutes trying to figure out who this was talking, and there were 2 people talking. So it was anyway. I figured out who it was, and prayed for him. I hung up the phone. I walked into Dollar Tree, opened the door, and man comes out, and hey, how are you doing? How you doing? Go in, get batteries, and I'm going back to get some Pepsi back there. I'm way back in the back. This same guy, a few minutes later, comes in, and he says, hey, I'm so glad I ran into you today. Here, this is for Got Faith. A check for $140.
That's cool.
Nice.
But if that butt dial...
If the butt dial would have held you up.
You know? So that's God. That's how God works in my life.
Right.
Because I would have never ran into that guy.
Right. Yeah. You know? Just a split second, a minute.
Isn't that cool?
It's really cool.
To me, but that's the kind of stuff that happens to me all day long.
So butt dial Mr. Pegram.
Yeah.
And it might throw him another.
Yeah, and let him know, hey, you got a $100 check for the golf tournament.
And just know that Steve prayed for you.
Yeah,
during
exactly. During that butt dial.
Yeah.
I'm out of time to all of you. Thank you so
Macias
much for being
Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Alrighty, here we go, 10:48. But I want to go fast. I want to go fast. We all remember Ricky Bobby. All-Star Award today belongs to either the mother or the 8-year-old themselves in Bedford, Ohio. Not even doing it. You know what joke I was going for, but it's time to focus on normality. An 8-year-old girl took an SUV from her Ohio home and drove for miles to the store. Listen to this again. An 8-year-old girl took her parents' SUV from her Ohio home and drove miles to a store where she was later found unharmed. The girl, whose name was not released, and the vehicle, a 2020 Nissan Rogue, were reported missing around 9 a.m. Sunday. Bedford police say family members had called and said they had last seen the girl at the residence about 2 hours prior. Hey, where'd she go? I don't know. Where'd the car go? I don't know. That's what happened. As police launched the investigation, they learned a small child had been spotted driving a vehicle on a nearby road, but the vehicle could not be located. The SUV eventually found a short time later in the parking lot of a Target store in Bainbridge, which is about 13 miles from her home. This has to be the furthest an 8-year-old's driven in recorded history. Police soon found the child inside the store all by herself. She told officers she had struck a mailbox while driving, but nothing else. Authorities did not say why she had decided to drive to the store or provide further details about the trip. The girl, too young to be charged criminally. Take her to the big house. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't clear Monday if charges would be filed in the matter. The investigation remains open. But, Mom, I want to go to Target. Saw to steal your car. All-star. All righty, a close contest. You know, the presidential election isn't the only election that's close this year. It's noisy. It's smelly. It's shy. And New Zealand's bird of the year, the hoi-ho, or the yellow-eyed penguin, won the country's fiercely fought aviation election on Monday, offering hopes to supporters of these endangered bird that recognition of its victory could actually prompt revival of its species. Who knows? It followed a campaign of the annual Bird of the Year vote that was without foreign hold on here. It followed, this is the line. I was given this. This is not me. I will be honest that this is not my line. It followed a campaign for the annual Bird of the Year vote that was without foreign interference, scandals, and cheating controversies of past polls. I don't think so. I think there's a lot of birds that don't like this. Instead, campaigners in the long-running contest sought votes in the usual way, launching meme wars, seeking celebrity endorsements, and even getting tattoos to prove their loyalty. Have they even met these birds? Anyway, more than 50,000 people voted, 300,000 fewer than last year, when British late-night host John Oliver drove a humorous campaign, which is rare for him, a deeply weird bird which eats and vomits its own feathers. It's called a putakiki, and securing a landslide win. This year, a number of votes casted represented 1%, well, that's not good, of the population of New Zealand, a country where nature is never far away and where a love of native birds is instilled in citizens from childhood. This year's victor, the hoi-ho, which means noise shouter in the Maori language, is a shy bird, thought to be the world's rarest penguin. I could do this like David Attenborough. Only found on New Zealand's, South and Chatham Islands and sub-Antarctic islands south of the country. Numbers have dropped perilously by 78% over the past 15 years. That's terrible. The spotlight couldn't have come at a better time. The iconic penguin disappearing from mainland before our eyes, said Nicola Toki, chief executive of Forest and Bird, the organization that runs the poll, in a press release using the Maori name for New Zealand. Despite intense conservation efforts, she said the birds drown in nets and sea and can't find enough food. So anyway, for a good cause, but the penguin election The bird election is now over. CNN can now predict that the Hoha has been declared the presumptive nominee. There you go. That came out just over the weekend. All righty. Commuters on a California highway were given ample reason to, whine, honestly, about a semi crash that caused the roadways to be jammed up by coveted grapes. The California Highway Patrol said a crash involving two semis and a pickup caused one of the big rigs to spill its load of grapes. Spill its load of grapes on Highway 165 north of Bradbury Road in Marin County. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. I'm sorry. Big rigs to spill its load of grapes on Highway 165 north of Bradbury Road in Marquette County around 11:35 a.m. Wednesday. I'm sorry. The grapes were soon crushed by... The grapes were soon crushed by passing vehicles, creating a slippery mess across the roadway. The highway was closed in both directions between Bradbury Road and Harding Road, while crews worked to clean up the wreckage of the spilt fruit. CHP officials said no injuries were reported. The cause remained under investigation, but alcohol not believed to be a factor. Could you imagine though? You just hit a slick spot and it's a bunch of crushed grapes. Okay, and then the choice of words just is what got me. Finally, couple more for you. This is kind of cool. Sorry, let me get this together. The oldest person alive was honored at Japan's Respect for the Aged Day. Tomiko Ituka, now 116 years old, became the world's oldest living resident after Maria died. Maria had been 117 years old. Ituka outlived her husband, who died in 1979. Her son, Hiroshika, said his mother liked spending time on her own and climbing mountains. She didn't slow down after turning 80, completing a Buddhist pilgrimage that included visits to some 33 temples. She didn't use a walking cane when visiting. She did not use a walking cane when she visited a shrine after her 100th birthday. Guinness World Records noted that, in addition to being the oldest human alive today, she also ranks 23rd in the list of oldest humans to ever exist. All right, finally, a study that explores the feasibility of using penguins. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about that penguin story. A study that explores the feasibility of using pigeons to guide pigeons. I do get paid, and I have done this for over 7 or close to 6 years, 7 years, to guide missiles, and one that looks at the swimming abilities of dead fish were among winners of Thursday, the year IG's Nobles, the prize of comical scientific achievement, held less than a month before the actual Nobel Prizes are announced. The 34th annual IG Nobel Prize ceremony at Massachusetts Institute of Technology was organized by Annals of Improbable Research magazine's website to make people laugh and think. Winners received a transparent box containing historic items related to Murphy's Law, the theme of the night, and nearly worthless Zimbabwean $10 trillion bill. Even though it's worthless, that's funny. Actual Nobel laureates handed the winners their prizes. The ceremony started with Kees Maliker, winner of the 2003 IG Nobel for Biology, giving out safety instructions. His prize was a study that documented the existence of homosexual necrophilia in mallard ducks. This is the duck, he said, holding up the duck. This is the dead one. After that, someone came on stage wearing a yellow target on their chest and a plastic face mask. Soon, they were inundated with people in the audience throwing paper airplanes at them. Then the awards began. Several dry presentations, which were interrupted by a girl coming on stage repeatedly yelling, "Please stop, I'm bored." The awards ceremony was also broken up by an international song competition inspired by Murphy's Law, including one about coleslaw and another about the legal system. The winners were honored in 10 categories, including for peace and anatomy. Among them were scientists who showed a vine from Chile imitates the shape of artificial plants nearby, and another study that examined whether the hair on people's head in the northern hemisphere swirled in the same direction of someone's hair in the southern hemisphere. Curious minds. Other winners included a group of scientists that showed that fake medicine that can cause side effects can be more effective than fake medicine that doesn't cause side effects. One showing that some mammals are capable of breathing through their anus. Winners came on stage wearing fish-inspired hats. Julie Skinner Vargas accepted the Peace Prize on behalf of her late father, B.F. Skinner, who wrote the Pigeon Missile Study. Skinner Vargas is also the head of B.F. Skinner Foundation. And there you go. So I can't get through this. There you go. That's the All-Star Award. I would have died the moment this is the duck. Only... I'm out of time. This was wild. See you tomorrow. We got a busy show. We got Rocky Pardo and Co. and so much more. So join me then, won't you? On that note, have a great rest of your Monday. And as always, just try your best to stay out of jail.
Oh, yes, he did. He said it would.